y'all, this is Brittney Giselle. Welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for tuning into this video. If you're new here, make sure you hit that like button, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so that every time I upload, you'll be the first to know. All right, so we are jumping into my very first monthly chit chat, I guess we're gonna call it. I'm not exactly sure yet. That might change. But if you watch my most recent video, you will know that every month I'm going to pick a topic or a holiday that is in observance of that month and just chat about it, give you my thoughts, my spiel, and we can have just a good conversation in the comments and just something that is maybe educational or something just that really needs to be talked about. It can be a lot of different things. I have it all planned out, you know, the topics that I'm going to be focusing on, and it's a variety of things. So as of this month in January, it is Martin Luther King Jr. Day. Okay, if you are not familiar, I'm going to give you a couple of facts. This is not a history channel, so I'm not going to go completely into depth. I'm going to touch on a couple of details that I know are very important to know if you are not familiar. So let's get to it. I am grabbing my piece of paper because, y'all, I needed notes. I can't remember dates and stuff like that. So in January, we observe Martin Luther King Day, also known as MLK Day. What is MLK Day, you may be asking? It is a federal holiday in the United States to observe the legacy, the birth, the humanity of Martin Luther King Jr. Who is Martin Luther King Jr.? If you are not familiar, Martin Luther King Jr. was born in January of 1929. MLK was a non-violent activist and he protested against racial discrimination that is still going on today. So he put his life on the line. He did a lot of major work that needed to be done in that moment that other people were too afraid of doing, didn't know how to get started, but he started a movement, a revolution that people are still fighting for today. A little background on him is that he was a pastor of a Baptist church in Alabama. He led people to protests and marches. Most famously, he led a march to Washington, D.C. for him to deliver the I Have a Dream speech. I know you have heard of the I Have a Dream speech. It is just powerful. It's something that if you have not heard, I will definitely find a link, put it down in my description box so that you can check it out. But if you have not listened to the words, like really taking your time to listen to the words of the I Have a Dream speech, it's a must. Definitely something that you should look into. MLK was a man of knowledge, a man that wanted change, and a man of action. He actually received the Nobel Peace Prize in the year 1964. In 1968, at only the age of 39, he was assassinated in Tennessee when he was there to lead a march. So I gave you a little background on him, and then I mentioned at the end that he was assassinated. Assassinated is like, it was done purposely. It wasn't something of a mistake. He didn't die. He didn't get to live the long life that he deserved for all of the amazing things that he brought to this world. So I leave you with that. The fact that he was assassinated. Obviously, we already know the day and time that we live in now, things are still going on. This is something that is very important to be celebrated, to be talked about. It's not just another holiday, another day for him to be celebrated, but a day to recognize all of the things, all of the changes that he made, and how far we still have to go in this day and age. I mean, with all of the riots and protests that we have put in place, things are still happening. We all know all of the things that have been going on the past few years with police brutality, young people getting lynched, young Black people being lynched for no reason, going missing. There are so many horrific things that are still happening to Black people, and I'm like baffled at the fact that people have put their lives on the line, like MLK, like Rosa Parks. So many different people have put themselves out there to make a change, to be the spearhead of it, and we are still in a society that things are still happening. Bad things are still happening to Black people, and it is very I don't like to talk about this topic very often because it's a really hefty topic to touch on, but because it is a holiday that we are observing this month, it was necessary. It's a necessary topic. You can definitely sound off in the comments below. Like I said, it's something that is just like, it means a lot to me. It's something that I'm very dear about, and when I talk about things that are important to me, I tend to be like, and it's something that has like, it's such a touchy topic. I can be a very aggressive talker, and just like all that rage can come out because I just don't understand it. I don't. And it's a lot to take in. It's a lot to try to break down, to try to share, talk about with our children, to make them realize me having a young Black son. There are a lot of conversations that we still have to have, that need to be had, that I'm scared to have. Like, it's just so many different things going on in this world, and it's scary. It really is. It's so, I don't know. I don't even, I'm kind of at a loss for words. As much as I wanted to record this video, it's just like my mind is going in a million different places, a million different ways. And it's really something that we literally just have to start with conversation, right? And then we can just talk, like, whatever it is that you're thinking, that you're feeling from the things that I've said in this video, from the things that I mentioned, definitely comment that down below and let's get a conversation going around this. What is something that you do for MLK Day to observe? Do you talk to your children about it? Do you go and volunteer at churches or at homeless shelters? Just do an act of service to help others. So yes, I said all that to say is that this is something that conversations still need to revolve around. We have to be the people standing on the front lines, making a change, standing up for ourselves and for our future, for our children, our future leaders. And it is important that we continue this conversation about his importance, what he's done, and what still needs to be continued. So I appreciate you all for tuning into this video. I know it's a little different, but you know, every month is gonna be a little different jab. So again, thank you all so much for tuning in. If you haven't yet, please make sure you hit the like button, subscribe, comment down below, and I'm gonna check you out in my next one. Bye. Earth. I need cue cards, like a cue, a monitor or something.